You've been on this creek for 4 days.
You hear that?
There's somebody out there.
I don't see anything.
Echoes call from hollow halls, a voice that creeps and softly crawls. Time stands still, the air is...
Casey Sanders is a YouTuber whose uploads often revolve around wildlife, property footage, and unusual moments caught while roaming rural Georgia. But nothing he had filmed before quite prepared him, or his viewers, for what he stumbled upon during one quiet day out near his land. While walking a stretch of property near a creek, Casey noticed movement in the water. What he first assumed to be wildlife quickly turned into something else. Standing in the shallow water, completely naked, was a man, confused, dazed, and seemingly in shock. There was no gear, no camp nearby, no clothing, and no indication of how or why the man was there.
Talking about Christian here, you know this is a hunter, and I'm a little confused. This is my land. I'm here with weapons, and somebody standing in my creek naked. I mean, I'm not gonna shoot you, but you're... What? Are you alone? If I see somebody else, this will not be good. What? Explain to me what happened. Can you... What? Show? What kind of show? You know what it was called? You don't know what it was called? Huh? Where are your clothes? Where? You don't know where your clothes are?
From the very beginning, it was clear something was wrong. The stranger was disoriented and couldn't answer simple questions. He didn't know where his clothes were. He didn't know how long he'd been there. But then, as he began to speak in fragments, he dropped a clue that changed everything. He mentioned Tomorrow World. For context, Tomorrow World was a massive music festival held in Chattahoochee Hills, Georgia. The kind of event that draws tens of thousands of people into a temporary tent city for days of music, partying, and in some cases, serious disconnection from reality. The festival had ended 4 days before this man was found. And now, here he was, alone, naked, lost, and still wandering the woods.
You've been on this creek for 4 days. Nobody's with you. I mean, you got to look at it from my standpoint. Listen, you know you're not far from... You know... Did you went to Tomorrow World, I'm guessing? What? Am I from... Okay, you're not far from the original place. Do you know where it's at in relation to where you live? Where do you live? No, better than that. No, what county? What's your address?
I know my address.
What is it?
As Casey cautiously tried to piece together what had happened, it became clear the man had likely gotten separated from the festival, possibly under the influence, and somehow ended up several miles away from the grounds. But what was even more bizarre was just how far gone he seemed. He couldn't say where he lived. He didn't know what show he had seen. He didn't even know the name of the event he'd been at. And despite having been in the area for days, he claimed to have seen no one, and hadn't eaten anything. Standing in a shallow creek, this man had become a ghost in the forest. The kind of figure you'd expect to hear about in urban legends or survival myths, not something you actually find near your own property in broad daylight. Casey remained calm, but clearly wary. He had a weapon, and made it clear he wasn't going to use it unless absolutely necessary. The man didn't seem dangerous, just broken, lost in every possible sense. Eventually, Casey offered him food, trying to keep him calm while figuring out how to get help.
Hang on a minute, man. Hang on a minute. I got something to eat for you. Just don't do nothing stupid right now. Holy crap.
The footage ends not with confrontation or drama, but with a kind of haunting stillness. This wasn't a criminal, or a wild animal, or some YouTube stunt. This was a human being, wandering alone for days, dehydrated, mentally foggy, and barely able to speak for himself. Viewers speculated about what might have happened. Some blamed substances, others wondered if he had suffered a head injury. A few even questioned whether there was more to the story, something darker lurking between the lines. What's certain is that if Casey hadn't found him, there's no telling what might have happened next. Left out in the woods much longer, the man's condition could have worsened rapidly. Exposure, starvation, or a simple misstep could have led to something fatal. What did you make of this encounter? Let me know. Before we go any further, I just want to ask you for a small favor. If you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We recently hit 100,000 subscribers, and that's all thanks to you. Our 100K special surprise was revealed, and we had many positive responses from you. Our next goal is to hit 200K before the year ends. It feels impossible, but hey, it's free to dream, right? Also, there's a hidden word somewhere in this video for you. Let's see if you can find it. Now, back to the video. On August 14th, 2012, this unsettling footage documented an experience that continues to terrify those who've seen it, not because of what's seen, but because of what's heard. The event occurred a few weeks earlier, on July 8th, 2012, when a couple found themselves stranded on a remote roadside near Clipper Mills, California. With no cell service, no passing vehicles, and miles from the nearest home, they had no option but to spend the night in the truck, waiting for daylight and hopefully help. It was a warm, still night, the kind of quiet that usually settles in remote wilderness, the kind of quiet that in most cases is peaceful, but not this time. Around 10 p.m., an unexplainable sound erupted from the surrounding forest. The couple's dogs, who would usually bark at any animal or person, suddenly fell completely silent. Their bodies stiffened, their ears perked up, but they made no sound, as if instinctively knowing that any response could attract something they didn't want near.
See, that's a dog. You hear that?
Juno, stay here.
Juno, what have you been hearing? What are you hearing through the... Juno, what did you hear? What was that?
What followed was a relentless barrage of unearthly vocalizations that rolled through the trees in waves. The sounds weren't random. They were like something alive and intelligent was moving just beyond sight. The man turned on his night vision camera and tried to scan the darkness. But no shapes emerged. But the sound grew closer. One roar became two, then three. The couple began to realize they might not be dealing with a single creature, but with multiple. Whatever they were to them, they seemed to be communicating or simply surrounding the vehicle.
Peanut, what is that? He's hearing a little.
JC, you want to go to the cab with me?
Getting scared, Mama?
A little nervous. Yeah.
Bears don't do that.
As the sounds intensified, the forest itself seemed to stop. There was silence, which was broken only by the rhythmic, inhuman roaring that continued without pause for over 14 minutes. Inside the truck, there was nowhere to go, no way to defend themselves, and whatever was out there clearly wasn't afraid of them. Eventually, the sounds receded, but the psychological impact stayed with them. The couple didn't sleep. They waited for dawn with every light on inside the truck, scanning the trees with their camera, hoping that whatever had passed through wasn't coming back. To this day, that clip has remained one of the most chilling in the unexplained outdoor encounter genre, not because of blood or violence, but because of what it leaves to the imagination. The Proper People Extras YouTube channel is known for documenting some of the most unsettling explorations of decaying structures. But on this particular night, what they thought would be a typical adventure into the unknown would shift into something far more disturbing and possibly dangerous. In this video, the crew ventures into a secluded and crumbling asylum deep in the woods. From the moment they drive in, something feels off. The path to the location isn't just broken, it's barely a road. It's overgrown, narrow, and clearly hasn't seen maintenance in decades.
Oh man, this is a creepy path.
Oh yeah. This is nightmares.
Well, here's
Down
where
this
the gate
road.
would have been, but it looks like it's been busted through.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a creepy road. There's a building straight
This
ahead.
is the stuff of nightmares.
Should we be careful at the car lights over here, or does it not matter, you don't think?
I don't think it matters.
Alright.
Yeah, look at that.
That is scary looking. This is like,
Should I drive around the whole place first?
Maybe.
Let's go this way first.
Damn, look at that building. You can't see anything, it's too dark.
Look where we're going.
This is barely a road anymore. This is just a path. It's like half overgrown. Look at a little house.
That's creepy.
Dip in the road.
When they arrive at the building, the sense of dread only deepens. Everything about it seems like a warning to stay away, yet they move forward, as they always do. The moment they step inside, the floors crunch with debris. They navigate with flashlights, slowly working their way through the debris-filled rooms and down into what they think is the basement. But the deeper they go, the stranger the atmosphere becomes. Then they find it, a staircase leading further into darkness. One of them notices a massive hole in the floor, only marked by a stray cone, possibly leading to a tunnel below. Strange items are scattered throughout. Broken refrigerators, rusted chairs, even what looks like a homemade toilet. Everything feels wrong. And that's when they hear rustling coming from outside the building.
You want to lead?
Not really. Whoa.
It'll probably be warmer down here. Oh yeah, don't slip.
You say don't slip. Oh, you really warm in the basement. Cold in the basement.
What, really?
Usually. There's no walls.
I should have worn my boots for this place.
Jesus Christ. The gating on the windows, but there's no windows left. It's just a
This
hole.
is probably the most ravaged place we've ever been in. You know, I don't even think this is a basement. That's just an animal. No, this is not a basement though.
I heard rustling.
You hear a lot of rustling in here.
Yeah.
At first, they dismiss it as wind, but then from one of the windows, they see a light. It was faint but moving, and unmistakably human. It wasn't Tet theirs. They immediately stop. There's no other vehicle outside. No reason for anyone else to be there. They aren't alone. Someone is nearby and watching. They freeze, unsure whether to call out or stay quiet. Eventually, they decide to leave the building and move toward their car.
What? I'm scared. There's not gonna be anybody here. Whoa, look at this. Look at this staircase out here. Oh.
What?
There's somebody there.
No way.
Yes, yes, see their light. They're out there. I swear on my life. Right there.
I hear him.
Should I say hello?
Yeah.
There's somebody out there. Let's go back to the car. This way. If it's somebody wanting to talk to us.
Let's go to the car now.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, let's go to the car.
It looked like a cell phone, right?
Like a cell phone light, yeah. Should we just bail?
I don't know. Let's see who it is.
There's no other car here.
He was on this side.
That was 100%.
That was a person. But he had a phone.
The team debates whether they want to continue the exploration, risking confrontation with a stranger who refuses to reveal themselves, or do they get out while they still can? The answer is clear. This isn't the kind of place you want to be caught off guard. There's no upside in playing games with an unknown presence in the woods, especially not in an area this isolated. They retreat to their car, still shaken by the sighting. Theories flood their minds, but none of those ideas explain the silence. By the time they drive away, the mood is completely different. Gone is the excitement. In its place is a quiet. What made this encounter so effective wasn't jump scares or loud noises. It was subtle, unexplained. The crew never got a clear look at who or what was there, but it was enough to make them retreat. Like always, I'll let you draw your own conclusions from this encounter as well. It was May 20th, 2024. Brendan explores, a van life and outdoor adventure creator known for his down-to-earth style and honest reflections on life on the road, starts this video as a technical errand, but out of nowhere, his cozy solo camping plan takes a sharp turn into frustration and unexpected confrontation. The day begins in classic Brendan fashion. A problem with the van. The MAF sensor is acting up again. After a quick visit to his dad's place, he gets hands-on with the engine repair, determined to get the van back in shape for another night under the stars.
Good morning. You join me, the video after the camp that went wrong. South Wales, what a disaster that was. So we've still got a problem with the MAF sensor. I'm just on the way to my dad's house right now. See if we can get some help off him to hold the camera more than anything else really this time in the morning. He won't be up for doing much else. And see if we can get this MAF sensor changed so we can go on a camp tonight. Whoa. Right, that should come off easy enough now. Right, that's away. It's coming. Yeah, it's off. That's off. Good. So that's off there. Right. Let's get that airbox out. Much better access to that now. After trying for a good 15-20 minutes to try and get a screwdriver in that little TX hole there, which hardly even looks like a TX hole anymore, I've lost my screwdriver down the back of the engine bay. Of course I did. Of course I won't swear. Where's that flipping screwdriver gone? You can see in there, but I can't. Hope it's not in some really awkward position.
With some patience, persistence, and a bit of trial and error, the fix is done. The van is running smoother, and a new campsite is calling. Brendan picks a familiar spot near a Toxeter. It is a waterside location he had scouted before, but never fully camped at. The weather isn't ideal, but he's undeterred. He stops by a farm shop to gather supplies for a hearty breakfast and grabs ingredients for a cozy pad thai dinner. Everything feels right, but the peace doesn't last long.
Bloody. Crikey. Jesus. Spring onions. Yep, that'll do. Chicken. There we are. That'll do. Quick cooked chicken fingers. Right, we're all set. We got our food. We're going to be alright tonight now, regardless of the weather and the horrible skies. We're nice and cozy in the back of that van, get the diesel heater on. It's supposed to get down to 1 degree tonight, nearly the start of May. 1 degree, what is going on? We've got enough food there to keep us going for the evening, for the morning, a bit of pudding. It's going to be alright. So, let's go back down to that reservoir place. I'm trying to think of the name of it now.
When he arrives at the campsite, it quickly becomes clear that the location has already been occupied, and not by the kind of neighbors you'd hope for. A separate van sits nearby, its occupants loud and visibly intoxicated. Brendan parks with caution, giving space and hoping for the best. But the noise quickly escalates. Shouting, thumping music, doors slamming at all hours. The discomfort that Brendan felt was amplified by the setting. The area is secluded. There's no one else around, and the behavior of the other campers hints at the possibility of a confrontation, not out of malice, but from sheer recklessness.
But I'd like to say, after I last left you, when I told you I'd bring you back, that it was only 5 minutes before these Rodney plonkers next door naffed off, but it's now been nearly 40 minutes that they've been sat there with a strong smell coming from their car, laughing their heads off. I'm all up for people having fun, don't get me wrong, but when you're mixing that with driving a vehicle and potentially putting people at danger, I can't agree with that. I'm sorry. I've made up my mind. We're going to change spot. I don't think we're going to have much luck here. We've got what looks to be some kind of security van going up and down the road all the time. We've got people smoking biffies next to me, playing loud music. It's not even dark yet, so I don't really hold much hopes out for this one. But I have seen another one parked for night in a place called Brackenhurst Road. Sorry that it's so dark at the moment. I'm just trying to keep my presence in the back of this van not known as much as I possibly can. Yeah, so we've got a picnic area there, right next to a national forest. Looks quite nice actually. There's a camper van parked up there.
Eventually, the decision is made for him. It's not worth the risk. He packs up the van, leaving behind the picturesque waterside view for a quieter, less dramatic stop elsewhere. It's a disappointing end to a day that had started with such optimism, but a smart choice made with safety and peace of mind in mind. Brendan's reaction isn't dramatic. It's honest. Frustration is evident, but so is his level-headedness. He doesn't escalate the situation, doesn't confront the others, and doesn't try to push through an uncomfortable night. He adapts, as any seasoned traveler learns to do. In the end, this encounter wasn't about the wild. It wasn't about nature or gear or exploration. It was about human unpredictability. Austin Armstrong is no stranger to outdoor adventures, and in this video, he sets out on a solo camping trip to Patoka Lake in Indiana. The goal was to spend the night in solitude, brave a little rain, and put his fire-starting skills to the test. But what he didn't expect was the kind of moment that jolts even the most composed camper into fear. Austin arrives at a completely empty campground. Rain drizzles overhead, and the cold is creeping in. Despite that, he welcomes the challenge, setting up his tent, building a makeshift shelter, and preparing for what he hopes will be a cozy night by the fire. But nature has other plans.
Hey guys, Woody here, and today I just decided to go camping. Now, as you can kind of sort of maybe see, it's kind of raining, but that's okay. I just went out in the middle of nowhere at this campground at Patoka Lake in Indiana. I'm the only one out here. Obviously, it's kind of cold and it's projected to get colder and it's raining. But I like a challenge whenever I camp, and I've camped in much worse weather conditions than this. So I figured, yeah, why not? So here's my little site right there. So I'm gonna make the most of what I have here and see what I can do with it. I enjoy a good challenge like this, so we'll see how it goes. Keep you updated. All right, even with the rain, here's my tent. I need to figure out how to set a fire in the wetness of what I have here. I moved this table. I'm probably gonna move it over there closer to the tent. So the tent over here is under a, hey, let me just move, under some trees. That'll protect it for the rain and stuff. I'm thinking maybe I can move the fire pit over here as well. That's underneath some of these trees. Maybe that'll make it a little bit easier. But as you can see, like, there's nobody here, which is good. That's what I was looking for, just kind of getting away from everything.
For nearly an hour, Austin struggles to light a fire with damp branches and sticks. Eventually, with a few key tricks and relentless patience, the flames catch and the night begins. Dinner is basic, and despite the dampness, things are looking up. The rain even clears for a while, and the fire starts crackling steadily. But the peace doesn't last. Later in the night, Austin heads out with a flashlight to gather more wood. It's dark. The only light comes from his headlamp and the faint glow of the fire behind him. The forest is quiet. Too quiet. Then, suddenly, a massive boom echoes through the campground. It's not a branch snapping or the typical crackle of a dying fire. It's loud, abrupt, and nearby. Something, somewhere, just collapsed, slammed, or moved in a way that no forest should.
Okay, you can't really see anything out here, so yeah, I have this flashlight. It's got a good beam on it. So I found a stack of firewood out this way. Okay, you can kind of see that light right there. So that's an outhouse. So if I follow this light where my light's going here, there's a former campfire that was over here, and somebody left a decent stack of firewood. So it was mostly wet. What the? I don't know if you guys just heard that, but like something literally just went boom over there. Holy crap. I gotta go check it out. I don't see anything. Hello? I'm trying to find a rational explanation too. Like, maybe it was the wood. But it doesn't look any different than when I left. And I don't think that this would make that kind of sound. What was that? I hope that showed up like on the...
As he walks back toward camp, flashlight swinging, the unease grows. Trying to steady his nerves, he throws on music, hoping to block out the thoughts. His phone becomes his only defense. Eventually, as the fire warms and his food is eaten, calm returns, but he keeps looking over his shoulder. Finally, the mystery is solved, or at least explained. Near the edge of the campsite, a sign had been propped up earlier in the day. Sometime during the night, wind had knocked it over, slamming it into the ground.
Alright, so, update. I found out what that crash was earlier. What it was, so I put the sign had fallen down in the middle of the road that said like, safe area, no dogs, no weapons. And so I set it up against one of the tables, like one of the camping tables. So I set it up against that because it was in the middle of the road. And I look over whenever I went out to go to the bathroom or something, and it was laying on the ground. So I was like, wait a minute, that makes sense. It was just a sign the entire time. So there's nothing to be freaked out about at all. Actually, there's a lot to be freaked out about, but that crash was not one of them. I'm excited that that was only the sign falling over because of the wind and not an alternative thing. So my phone was charging quicker than it was, and I've got my Cheez-Its. I'm jamming out to my music. And this is actually going pretty well now. So
Austin laughs it off, relieved but still shaken. It may not have been a cryptid, a trespasser, or some forest spirit, but in that moment, in the middle of nowhere, with no one else around, it could have been anything. This wasn't a terrifying encounter with a shadowy figure. It wasn't a dramatic escape from danger, but it was real. And in the wild, sometimes that's all it takes. What did you think of this encounter? Like always, let me know. Just days ago, Exploring with Bear returned with another pulse-pounding upload, this time documenting a night deep inside one of Ohio's most infamous and allegedly cursed forests. The video captures a collaboration with another explorer, D from D's Dark Adventures, and together they head straight into the shadowed heart of what's been called a portal to the paranormal, Helltown. Known for its disturbing legends, abandoned roads, and rumors of occult activity, Helltown has long held a dark place in America's urban legend archives. But this wasn't a daytime exploration. Bear and Dye set out at 2:30 a.m., choosing to camp between two of the forest's most ominous landmarks, a reportedly haunted house and a structure ominously referred to as the Murder Barn.
Welcome back to another adventure. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jer Bear. Tonight I'm filming with D from D's Dark Adventure.
Hey guys.
Right now we are on this abandoned road that leads back to a satanic barn where it is said to have had human and animal sacrifices done in it. So tonight, me and Dee, we're gonna go check it out. I've had some crazy things happen there, from footsteps, crazy stuff. I'm excited you're here.
There's all kinds of stuff. But we're actually camping tonight between a haunted house and a barn.
Right behind the haunted slaughterhouse. Yeah, that's where we're sleeping. But we're gonna be, what time is it? It's late.
It is late, we gotta get going.
Is it like close to 3 a.m. yet?
I think it was like 2:30 or something like that.
2:30 a.m. on our way to the satanic barn back in Helltown, where it's said to have had human and animal sacrifices done in it.
From the moment they arrive, the energy shifts. On the walk down the abandoned road, known locally as the end of the world, they notice something strange, a set of footprints leading in, but none leading out. A chilling detail that suggests someone, or something, entered before them and never left. They soon reach the trail to the satanic barn, a decaying structure rumored to have been the site of rituals, sacrifices, and unexplained sightings. Bear explains that, on a previous visit, he found bloody rags and unknown remains in the barn's basement, remnants of something far beyond urban legend.
Look at that hill, that's creepy. I was pretty fun. It'd be cool if it went so dang steep. We can get right up in there. Alright, we gotta get there. We're never gonna get there.
No, we're gonna get there. I mean, gotta listen. I've had stuff charge me here. Footsteps heard multiple times.
Right.
Whoop. Might as well try it.
Yeah, right? Look a little.
So the last time that I was here, I found in the basement there was a towel.
Ew.
And there's like I don't know what you call it, crates or something, but there was like some bloody parts and stuff in it too. Yeah.
Was you able to show it without it doing anything? Because I'm getting tired of having to cut things out that are really good.
I blurred it. I don't know if I could show it or not. I blurred it because I didn't know. But I mean, you could still see. You could still tell what was going on.
You gotta go straight or right or left?
Left.
As they make their way deeper, the forest begins to fight back. Trees tremble as if shaken by something heavy, unseen figures move in the dark, and the thick silence is broken only by sudden, unnatural sounds. Thuds, whispers, and the crunch of movement just beyond reach. Then they find something truly unsettling, a child's dress hanging among the branches. It's clean, recent, and out of place. Bear recalls a similar experience from a past trip, a time when he discovered clothes and shoes scattered near the same location. It's a horrifying pattern, one that suggests that someone keeps returning and leaving things behind.
Oh, wait a minute. This is where I found the ritual thing. It was all bloody. Keep your eyes peeled. Until we clear it. That's new. It's like a bow. Is that a dress? Man, look, there's like, that's new. That's like a bow or a dress or something.
No, stop. Stop it.
There was other Is that a little kid's dress?
I'm not gonna be able to do this.
So another time there was a pair of clothes and shoes right in here.
Okay, well, let me just take a break just for a second.
And when I came back, did you just hear something moving?
Yeah, I just need to take a second here, and I can't. As a mother, that's hard for me, man.
As they continue, more evidence of rituals appear, symbols painted in fresh ink, and the heavy, unmistakable scent of burned incense. Their gear begins to fail. Lights dim without reason, batteries drain instantly, and the spirit box, a device used to capture paranormal frequencies, begins emitting unsettling responses. It's no longer just an exploration. It feels like an invitation. Then comes the most intense moment of the night. While approaching the barn, something enormous moves behind the trees, snapping branches and shaking a tree violently just feet from where they stand.
Whoa, watch that.
You're all good. There's something falling from that tree right there.
What just happened?
Some keeps falling from right there.
Maybe something's throwing. Could be throwing stuff.
I was facing the barn, or coming out of the barn. I don't know what I was doing. I don't remember exactly.
The Wendigo.
No, stop the Wendigo. So right here, right here's where I was at. And like I was in there, and that tree right there was shaking. Shake.
This one right here, or that one.
No, this one.
This
right
big
there
one. Oh.
shook. And then There's nothing there. It's probably gone now that I ran by it. But,
They try to remain calm, pushing forward with cameras rolling, but their unease is palpable. They talk less, breathe heavier. The deeper they go, the more unwelcoming the forest becomes. Bear, who has visited this site multiple times, admits this is one of the most active nights he's ever experienced here. As they finally step inside the barn, the tension reaches a fever pitch. The bloody towel from before is gone, as are the scraps and crates he once found. In their place, strange silence and the overwhelming sense that something knows they've arrived.
yeah, I'm gonna play my ghost boxes again.
Oh, I gotta zip my bag.
No towel,
I was drinking. There's a bloody towel over here.
Oh.
And like some kind of, wait a minute. Oh, my flashlight's not even on. I was wondering why I can't see nothing.
I want to give them a tour down here, upstairs, and around
The towel's not even there. The towel's gone.
I was trying to see what I was panicking about. I'm already upset with that stupid dress over there. I'm not happy. I'm ready. What do you think?
The parts are gone.
What color is it? I don't see any towels. I ain't worried about their dang towel.
No, there was a bloody towel, and then there was like some scraps down in this thing.
Sorry.
Whoa!
My bad. Are these toilets or stalls or something?
If you're still watching, comment the hidden word disturbing.
I don't know what that room would have been.
For viewers, it's a descent into nightmare territory. Every sound, every movement, every unexplained failure of technology adds to a growing list of unanswered questions. Was it the spirit of the place pushing them out? The remnants of dark rituals refusing to be disturbed? Or something far older, watching them from the dark? Whatever the answer is, one thing is certain. The legends of Helltown aren't just ghost stories, they're warnings. And Exploring with Bear walks straight into the heart of them and lived to bring the story back. With this final encounter comes the end of another episode. If you haven't already, let me remind you again to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment about what you liked and didn't like about this video. We got a lot of content planned for you, so you better have subscribed. Cause trust me, you don't want to miss out. In about 3 seconds, there will be more disturbing videos on screen for you to watch. And with that, I'm out.